great to be rejoined by Stephanie Otey. She does a great job, and she's here in studio. Does a tremendous job taking a look at the game of football. We talked a little college football in the last segment. Now, Stephanie, we're going to be diving into the NFL, and I know that you've got a few player props, but let's first things first start out there in the AFC South, as I know that you're out there more towards the southern part of the country. You get to see a few of these teams, and you got a little bit of a pick with regards to the division. It's one of the more demonstrative divisions, by the way, with a team that is, you're having to lay a price for them to be able to win the division, as the Jacksonville Jaguars, very clear favorites. You're finding them right around minus 150, minus 160 to win the division, and it sounds like you're liking the Jaguars to be able to win the division and make some noise out there in the AFC.
Yeah, although I love Urban Meyer and his college days at Ohio State, wasn't great for the Jags and the NFL. Probably historically one of the worst portions of his season. He didn't get to finish it out. But when we saw Doug Peterson take over, it was a significant difference. They surged. They won 6 of their last 7 games, went on to win the division, made a playoff appearance, so they did have to face the Chiefs. But we also saw Trevor Lawrence really emerge. His first overall pick, covered him in college. Now he's really stepping into his footing here. He's got weapons now. Calvin Ridley's coming back. That's another prop that I'm taking. But the significant difference we saw when Peterson took over, 10 points or more per game since when Urban Meyer was coaching there. I think they're putting all the pieces together, especially with Lawrence really stepping into his one. I think he's going to have a big year 3. I almost lean towards taking one of his passing props as well. Really favorable for the Jags. They don't have that tough of a schedule in the AFC South as well. They are playing a lot of rookie quarterbacks. This is going to be an easy pick for the South. I really think that this is the year where the Jags improve.
And you did mention it before. You are going to be taking a look at, in terms of some of your player props, Calvin Ridley to go over his receiving yard total. You were able to get it at 875.5. How do you evaluate Calvin Ridley? Because it is such a unique situation. He did miss last year because of, well, the old gambling situation, and that was certainly something that came to as a shock to a lot of people. But how do you evaluate him with the year off? But at the same time, he did get traded for while he was off, so he was able to gain some camaraderie, what have you, with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it's not like he just got picked up in the offseason. He's been able to be with the team for quite a while.
Right, and we can't fault him for contributing to the gambling team, right? I mean, he's been out for a while now, and I think that's why his number's so low. Had a lot of talent. We saw through his first 3.5 seasons in the NFL. He averaged 68 yards per game. He only needs 53 to hit that mark of 875.5. And I think that's easily doable through 17 games. But that number is down not because of an injury. He did suffer an injury in 2021, but was out, like you said, because of the gambling suspension. So I think that's why there's questions around what his return will look like. But there's no injury concerns. The reports out of camp are that he's looking phenomenal, vibing well with Lawrence. I think that there are some target options, but he'll submerge as the number 1 target for Trevor Lawrence. Really liking it for right now. And the last time he played a full season was in 2020. He had over 1,300 receiving yards. So I think that this number, you're getting a great price for a player who we don't have to question the injury. He was gone because of a suspension. So this looks like a great number for me, and it also contributes to why I love the AFC South to go to the Jags.
And with Calvin Ridley, we remember he had a great college career. He was really putting it together at the NFL front as well. It was very shocking when we saw him out for the entirety of the season, and now he gets to work with Doug Peterson. He gets to work with, as you mentioned, Trevor Lawrence as well. That's going to be a nice quarterback for him, as Stephanie Otey is joining me in studio right here on the Greg Peterson Experience on VSIN, the Sports Betting Network. And